All right, so tell me how Bunny came about. How did y'all find her?
Well, we found Bunny through Instagram.
Okay.
When Vicky left, we were scared. We thought that Mr. No's probably gonna drop us and not want to deal with no more group changes because he said we were his last hurrah to the industry. He came in with a bang. He wanted to leave with a fuck you to the industry, which was supposed to be us. So we were like, let's jump on it real quick. Actually, hit up a girl, you might know her by the name of Princess Za.
I've heard of her.
Yes, I went to school with her. We was on a
Okay.
step team and everything together. Really good friends. And I reached out to her because I felt like she's pretty. She fits into this group. She actually kind of reminds me of Vicky on an image way. Because we were honestly thinking like, okay, let's try to do it to where people can't really just tell we did something drastically different. So let's not make it too left
I was like,
field.
"Oh, Destiny's Child."
We were thinking about the image. We were, and we was thinking about keeping everybody from being like asking too many questions.
Right.
So we did post a picture with her. She came in and she was trying out for maybe a week, and we took a picture, posted it just to see what people would think, and we got good response from it. So her name was Bonnie.
Okay.
This is how that name came about. Her name was Bonnie because her name was Lola Bunny in school. She used to go by that, but she was Bonnie, and so we was like, that could be your rap name. So I was over practice. I was over teaching the choreo in practice. Sunny was the help with, if y'all need anything, what I need to go buy for the image or what I need to go take you, where y'all want to meet up. We was at House of Darion at the time. Little time passed. She had a child. So we kind of felt too close to Vicky. We was like, oh dang. So we was like, let's just look for one more. So this girl had actually been liking our stuff. Because when we posted the picture with with Bonnie, we had asked, hypothetically, if you could put another girl in the group, who would it be? This one person that was going by Chelsea Ray was liking all of our stuff. She didn't say anything. She was just liking everything. And so we went and looked at her page. And we seen that she flipped her look on every picture. She looked black. She looked Asian. She looked Hispanic. She mixed, like everything. I was like, she was good at changing her hair. We was like, we need someone that's that flexible, that don't mind trying different looks. Because if a stylist comes in, want to know if you're flexible. So we DM'd her like at 2 a.m. And she was down for it. We hit her up saying, hey, you want to meet up tomorrow at House of Darion? She showed up with her father. And from there, we kind of wanted to see what she had. She did a cheer because she was a cheerleader. So she did like a cheer rap thing. And we liked the engagement that she gave us. She asked for us to clap. So that's what won me over. So I was like, okay, so you're willing to try. And she was like, I always wanted to be in a group, never wanted to be on stage by myself. Like, I don't see myself on stage. I want to be an actress later. We like to know your end goal because we know that this is not something you do. She never did music. So it was like, well, on that note, we know we're bringing someone in that's we can lose them easily because it's not their passion. Taught her the raps because it was easier and because she wasn't a rapper. We was like, we can work on that later. But to keep the ball rolling, this is a song that's out. This is what music we got recorded. Go fill that in. We was in the studio all hours. She started to catch on quicker than Bonnie because Bonnie started missing. She started missing a few rehearsals. Yeah, because she had a child.
I was just about to ask y'all, did she have the same sentiments as Vicky? Or was she willing to make that sacrifice and just be like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go?
Not at the time, but she is now.
Okay.
I was like, where was this person at?
Exactly.
But not at the time because she didn't do music. She was trying to do modeling and everything. So, we pulled her in and she, oh, no, you good. But yeah, so she was, it was a little hard for her because she had just had a child, her baby. It was a newborn actually. And so she was trying to get back in shape of things, which she was perfect the way she was. But we did this little private audition in House of Darion where we had the people that was recording. We just called everybody. It was on the spot. It was like, y'all come in and look at them. Each one of them are going to perform with us, both of them, and you see which one you feel better. Everyone loved Bonnie, the original Za. And so we was like, dang, well, we like her. But then she started missing more rehearsals. And she wasn't keeping up with everything. And by that time, we were getting ready to do the radio promo tour, getting ready to put everything out. And get ready to film the video, and she wasn't up to speed. And so we was like, dang, it sucks, but we're gonna have to go with Chelsea, which we gave her Ray.
Okay.
It was like, just go by Ray, cause she's like, she didn't want to go by her name, Chelsea. So she had Ray on there. I was like, well, do Ray. It's dominant. It's something, against the grain. And so she was going by that. Yeah. So when we walked into Matthew's office and he found out who we selected, he played no parts in this. So he actually was upset the first time that we didn't keep the original Bonnie. He wanted her. And he's like, what happened to her? Why y'all didn't keep her? Yeah, well, I still want to reach out to her. You know, she could dance or do something. Like, I'm pretty sure he loved her look. Of course, it's Mr. Nose.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sure.
yes. So he was like, well, I like the name Bonnie. Your name gonna be Bunny. So he told Ray that. He said, your name is Bonnie. So that's where Bonnie Ray came. She was like, well, can I keep the Ray? He's like, yeah. He said, but you're Bonnie Ray. Because he kept calling her that. And she's like, that's not my name. And he's like, no, that's your name now. So it was kind of like, from day one, I don't think this Bunny Ray had too much of a say-so. She never really said what she will and won't do, and never really had a vision for where she wanted to go within the group. So with that, you know, Mr. Knows the way you come in is the way he's going to take you. If you're not aggressive, then he's going to take you as a pushover. If you do whatever he say, that's who he's going to lean to. Because we backlash for him all the time. And to him, it reminds him.
The three of y'all together.
It was good.
No, our energy was good. It started out mostly, I'm not gonna lie, it did start out mostly with her and Tally bonding. Me and the first female rapper, we were close. We had been knowing each other since I was 11 years old. I'm the godmother to her child. So it hurt me a lot more, you know, like it really, because that was a dream that we were supposed to build together.
This is the replacement.
And then I have this other person who has to feed off the fruits of the labor of the person who I built this dream with. So it took me a minute to grasp things. I felt like I was kind of in like a matrix zone for about a month. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kept my distance. I was there, but I didn't say much. I didn't interact with her much, you know, which in that, you know, later on, it did kind of put a bridge in between our relationship, but we had got past it, you know. And she understood, at least what she told me, she understood why, you know, she got it. But at the end, I mean, pretty much their bond was a little bit stronger. And so we worked and worked and worked. We was up at House Darion literally like every day, you know. We bonded. She literally was at her house for like 2-3 weeks straight. They didn't even want her to leave, you know, but she, like, I was there in and out because at the time I still had a job. I was waitressing, so I had to, you know, I had to go home. I had to go to work. And so when things got on the ball and things got rolling, as far as like, you know, us going on we went on a 35 city radio tour. We had started, you know, we had shot the video for Old School Back, which is our first single. So around that time, the crazy thing is, it was about 8 months into her being into the group, and she tried to quit. And the night before she tried to quit, yeah, she had got a boyfriend from this party that we took her to. She ended up dating this guy and the dude and become her boyfriend, you know. So off real, we was like, you know, even though Matthew was like completely against boyfriends, he was like, that's the number one reason why a girl group is gonna, you know. And he betted us. He told us that he felt like he did. He was like, I bet y'all $100,000 y'all split because of a guy. And we was like, this was before he signed us. We was like, man, please, no, not us. Yeah. It was like, no, no, never. It'll never be us. It'll never be us. You know, but he actually had this thing in his office that said Dick Rules. And he had this, I kid you not. So he started giving us all these examples of these women in the industry whose careers went south behind Dick, literally. And these are names who you wonder where they went. Oh. You know? You're like, damn, this person is talented. Where are they? Like, where are they? So he started giving us all these examples. And he was like, after every example, he'd be like, Dick Rules. Go to the next person, Dick Rules. And so I was like, okay, we get it, we understood. So we tried to kind of express that to Bunny because all she thought about was this man trying to run my life. He can't tell me what to do. He can't tell me who I can't date. That was her mentality towards it. We tried to explain to her, you know, it's okay. We understand as women, you need that affection, you need that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to show that that's not your priority. Because at that time, she was showing, and let me give you an example. We get ready to... First video shoot. First fucking video shoot. First video shoot. We're so excited. Whole crew and everything, stylish, you name it, we got it. Right. Matthew's excited. We popping bottles on the 3rd floor. He brought out champagne bottles. We went and got 30 buckets, a big old bucket of 30 pieces of chicken for Louisiana fried chicken. We supposed to be on a diet then, so we was excited. We was able to eat this in front of him because he had been on our ass about weight. Yeah. So we go and she's there and she doesn't realize that like she wasn't expecting all this to happen because we would come to practice and we would usually be gone by 4 or 5 o'clock. And so that day we was up at practice and then that day he called us into the office. He was like, y'all excited? Y'all happy? Y'all first photo? You know, Vito, you smart. Let's pop a bottle. Let's eat. Matter of fact, I'm about to get y'all a hotel room. Y'all ain't even gotta go home. Right up the street, he had got us at the JW Marriott. He had got us a hotel room. Her boyfriend is outside waiting for her. This whole time while we up there popping bottles and eat. Oh. She's back and forth on the phone, And we could tell she was being antsy. We like, she was like, well, Joey's outside waiting. How much longer is it gonna be? She was like, this is what he told her. Tell that nigga he can go. Yeah. That's what he told her.
I mean, this is y'all's big moment.
But she tried to play it like it was not her boyfriend.
Yeah, she just kept saying my ride's outside. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, like what's the plan, what we're doing. So we was like, well, who's outside? Finally, when he left to go down to his office, she was like, well, Joey's outside. And we were like, okay. She was like, so I don't know. I'm about to talk to him and see what the plan is. And I'm like, talk to him. What is there to talk about? But you know what? We was like, we're not about to be bound her neck because at this time, like I said, she still was kind of new. So we was like, all right, let's see what decision she makes. Yeah. So Matthew decides, he already set everything up. He called for the place for the hotel. So he left. He was expecting us to go to the hotel. He's like, no, all 3 of us. So we go downstairs and she's outside crying. We're like, why are you crying? She was like, well, it's me.
I thought she was fucking crying because she excited.
Yeah, she did.
That's what I'm saying. This is y'all big moment. Like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
No, that's what we were both thinking. And she goes, well, it's me and Joey's anniversary, and I promised him I would take him to Chili's to eat. Mind you, not.
First of all, everybody know when he fuck you good, you take his ass to Red Lobster. Why in the fuck are you trying to take him to Chili's? Girl, Chili's is where you get the 2 for $10. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. Oh my goodness.
Yep. So that's the example. That right then, and this has been. This is when it started. Exactly.
And she knew we had a reason to feel away towards her.
Definitely.
Then she tried to quit.
She tried to quit, and the crazy thing is, we had a sleepover the day before. We had a sleepover. We had did videos, we ate popcorn. I mean, like the real. Yeah, we had a show and we had a sleepover because I think it was like our first show with her, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was our first show with her, so we kind of had like a little celebration. We did a sleepover and everything, and we started talking to her, about our goals and how because she asked, like she wanted to know more about us, our morals and our values, how we wanted the group to be ran, all those, all those type of things. So we started talking to her.
She said she used to be a thot, and she don't want herself to look that way because Matthew told her, you sitting here, get to the shit because you talking around it shit. No. Real girl shit. Girls talk about this shit. They get together and they all don't, every girl get together and still say they don't want to be a thot and still do thot things. But, exactly. And then, you see what I mean? Like, we were like, okay. She just venting all this out, how she didn't want to be labeled as a thot or looked at that way because Mr. Knowles had walked into practice when she had on a sports bra and we were doing a baggy clothes thing. Yeah. So Matthew never saw her body, which we saw the pictures on Instagram. But she had big breasts and yes, she was trying to fit into the way we dress. She said, I used to be in 6-inch heels and in the mini skirts, a bottle girl. She was saying all that. And until I met y'all, I've started covering up and realizing I didn't have to. We also told her she didn't have to wear as much makeup.
She's like, I put makeup on to go to Walmart.
Yeah, she's like, I go to Walmart with my face beat. So I was telling her, and also thinking smart on saving money. Like I was letting her know this isn't everything's laid out and we just got money flowing in and we being dolled up. No, we save and because we don't, this is a 360. We're unrecouped. And the more you build up to our bill, the longer we're stuck with having to owe back. And to this day, her name is on there the most on the receipts, but another story. Anyway, but she basically we was having a sister circle. I call it a sister circle. This is when you spill out everything because we live together. Well, we knew we would end up living together. And we told her, me and Sunny are so close because we're bare. Like, she'll use the restroom with the door open. I'll be in the shower. That's how it's locker room talk. Like, we're that close. And Mr. Knowles saw her in a sports bra when she was putting on her t-shirt. And he said, oh, you have breasts. Don't hide them. That's all he told her. So ever since then, she started showing skin, more and more skin. She's boobies are squished together, tight little bra. Here comes the panties. Here comes the little garnered little leg things. She evolved to being more naked. Nobody told her to be.
I noticed that.
Yes.
That's why I said naked when I was first talking about her, because
we started getting more.
We all saw it.
We started getting more covered.
Way, and she started getting more and more naked.
Yeah.
In a little kid way, and we like, okay, it's going to definitely be a big difference from us to you. And we even tried to meet her halfway. She set herself up exactly for that. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's okay if you're going to be confident, if you're going to walk with your head high, like, if you're going to be the thought, my mom always said, if you're going to be whoever you're going to be the best at it.
Right.
And that was what we was really, at that point when we started seeing that was what she wanted to be, we started coming like, all right, so if you're going to do this, you're going to have to really do this, because you got people out here like Megan Thee Stallion who is very confident in every single P and F word she throw out there.
Right.
You can't tell her nothing. So if you're going to do that and you're going to be that, you're going to be the best at it, because you're still a representation of us. Mm-hmm. If I talk shit, I can back my shit up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was what we was trying to, get to her. So, she's supposedly was trying to make these efforts, but yet she started having these breakdowns and coming to us crying and saying how she didn't want to be the sex bunny, I'm sorry. And she felt like Matthew and our role manager was like on some low-key wanted to fuck her type shit. To be completely honest, and her dad at that time had just crossed to be a deacon. So her daddy and her family looking at her like, why you gotta be the naked one on stage? She get into arguments and fights with her family. She come crying to us and we like, we told you. You do not have to be naked. You're making this decision. This is stress that's weighing on you that does not have to be weighed on you. You're allowing yourself for what?
But at some point, I mean, you just have to grow up. Is it going to be the devotion or is it going to be the dollars?
Wait, no, that's what we told her, and that's when she started to quit.
So that's when she tried to quit. She tried to quit. We told her to grow up and stop being a baby. And you're going to take this shit, you're going to run with it. And she tried to quit. And the crazy thing is, she didn't tell us. She set up a meeting. This is how we should have known. Signs, red flags, just all over the place. She set up a meeting with Matthew without us knowing. And the next day we had rehearsal. Mind you, we had a sleepover that night. The next day was her rehearsal. I texted her that morning. She was like, I'm not going to be able to make rehearsal. I'm like, why? Never text me back. We're at rehearsal and me and her talking. She was like, well, why you think she'd come? I'm like, I don't know. We go outside. We see her mom's car across the street in front of the office. We walk over there and see her in the office with her mom and Matthew. And we was like, she completely ignored us, pretend like we was not there, walked right past us, like we were invisible.
Like we did something to her.
Mind you, we was so lost. Like, I kid you not, she didn't tell us that she felt any type of way or anything when she got picked up. It was all smile lives. We watched the movie, we had popcorn, we even had a fucking pillow fight. And we don't even do that girly ass shit.
And that shit is sacred.
Like, you know what I mean? I kid you fucking not.
Everybody don't fucking pillow fight. That's some sacred ass shit.
Like, no, I kid you not. Like, and we, we broke ourselves down to get to her level, to really try to open ourselves up to her, because we feel like, we're going to do this next time around. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to be as raw as possible, but we're going to be, articulate what we want. Because at the end of the day, we did pull you into something. So we're not going to pull you into this and lead you blind.
Right.
And that's all we were trying to explain to her. And I guess it scared the living shit out of her. Like, living shit out of her. And that's what we said. So basically, Matthew went in this office and threw some money at her. He said, Michelle tried to quit. And if Michelle tried to quit, she wouldn't be this millionaire that she is now. The year she tried to quit, she made $30 million. So everything, like, this is what he told us that he threw at her in the meeting. Because he told us. He was like, yep, she came in with her mama, and I told her, sit down, think about it. Told her this, told her that. The next day she came back, crying to us, talking about, I'm sorry, I want to be with y'all. It's just this, and that. And she told us her concerns. That's how we knew. It's like, okay, now we got to handle you like an egg. That's just, any moment you drop, you gon', and so from there, it kind of put a wedge in between our relationship, because it was like, for one, we can't trust you.
I looked at her differently.
She knew that, and she didn't. It was like, only times we seen the effort was when we had like shit going on, photo shoots, video shoots. Then she would try to be that sister or try to come and care about what we got going on. So it's like, okay, so now we're at the point where we see the acting side of you. You just acting as Bunny Ray when you're put in work mode. But we're Sunny and Tally everywhere we go.
Right.
With her, she's Bunny Ray when she's at work, and she's Chelsea as soon as she walk out that door.
But the question is, if y'all a group and y'all trying to build y'all's name and y'all's brand, when do you have time to walk out the door?
Exactly. And so this is what Telly tried to explain to her.
Like, it's a full-time job, so her, like, I don't understand.
Well, that's also what we tried to explain to her. Yeah, at this time, like I said, we didn't have much of a team. We were self-sufficient. We did it all, makeup, hair, wardrobe. We were recording. Okay. Well, and she would show up for that. We started pressuring her into trying to write. Because at the time, like I said, we played a major part in the full song. We had more percentage, although we were nice as fuck to share equally everything. 33.3.
Oh God, y'all gave her 33.3.
We gave her equal amount, so there was no reason on why she felt like she.
Because, and the reason why is because when Vicky left, Vicky felt that she wasn't on our level. And the reason she didn't feel that way because she was missing practices as well. And Mr. Nose told her that. He said, you know, you're not going to be in this group. He also told her that before she quit. So kind of took away who she was or made her feel like her place wasn't permanent. So with Bunny, we was like, we promise we're going to make sure this person feels equal. So what the heck, we'll share it 33.3. This is when we transitioned from Blush music to just Blush.
Welcome.
Yeah, well, we know that now.
Equality.
We will be on nice.
At the end of the day, Maya Angelou said it best. Modesty is only a disservice to y'all. If y'all great and y'all fucking great at it, then be fucking great and walk in that light. You haven't honed your skills yet, mama. We writing your raps.
Yeah.
So, like, come on.
We needed you when we made that decision.
That we're giving you a percentage at all should be a thank you and a have a good day. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
and we still haven't gotten that to this day. Yeah. So basically after that, a few more times she tried to quit. We dealt with this for 4 years, well, 3.5 years with her, of her trying to quit. One of the times it was 2 major times. One time was self-inflicted on herself. She decided to go talk about us to our marketing manager at the time. She decided to go to her and badmouth us, especially me, make it seem like to make it like I was too hard, I was pushing her, I didn't want to share, or that I was controlling. By the way, I had creative control over the group. We didn't have a creative director, so anything that was created was mostly by me. Unless Sunny was writing the bars, the raps, I had majority of that. Sunny, when she pulled me in, she was like, I'm not a dancer. That's something you're going to bring to the table, because I used to dance. So I make up choreo. So everything that was getting done was majority me. Bunny never stepped up and offered to help, not one bit. She would leave.
Y'all know who she sound like to me? Farrah Franklin.
Matthew called her that. Oh my God.
She is giving me a mad dose of Farrah fucking Franklin.
Whoa,
like,
he
you want to do absolutely nothing and you mad because you ain't the lead.
He called her that to her face. She got hospitalized. This is another time. Because she's a turn up. And it's okay. We support it. We turn up too.
Made great TV. So that's my next question. Like, why the fuck? What happened to the TV show? Because I heard y'all talking about the TV show.
That contract got expired waiting on Mr. Nose because he wanted it all about him. But the production company actually started leaning towards wanting the story about us because our lives, individual lives, were interesting.
Right.
You know, our backgrounds and the things that they could do and have promised episodes. Everybody know Mr. Nose
would have been a
bullshit.
bomb-ass episode to see if y'all would have documented that story.
Yeah.
That would have been everything.
Yeah,
that
well, I believe there's a lot.
Season 2 would have been TOD.
Exactly, and I believe there's a lot of footage out, and Mr. Nose was still trying to put that out. He's still trying to put it out, but it's not.
He didn't put an album out. He's trying to put the reality show out. He's trying to make his money off us. He know at the end of the day, the world can't deny our talent.
Right. So
you can hold us down as long as you want to, bro.
Exactly.
But once niggas blow,
like
that's all you got to make your bread off of.
So y'all mentioned the 360 deal. So were y'all getting any back end off of any of this?
We were just taken care of, just like on. Yeah. He provided a year and a half ago. He finally had provided us an apartment. He wouldn't get the apartment because Bunny didn't want to move in with us. She said she wasn't ready. He was like, I'm not getting an apartment unless all 3 of y'all are ready. Gotcha. So then again, she got pressured because she still was never really ready. She knew that we had nowhere to go. At that time, we had nowhere to go. She had nowhere to go. I was living with my friend. She came with me, and my friend took both of us in. So Matthew, we told Matthew, we about to apply for food stamps. I'm about to get a job. Oh, now all of a sudden he cared about how his artist looked. So he was like, I don't want y'all on food stamps. So I'm like, well, I don't know what else to tell you because I can't work.
Doing shows and
we wasn't getting. And if they were, it was going straight to him.
But y'all have been working literally, because I remember before.
We have been working out, but
before Matthew, y'all was out for a good 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So all together, y'all, this is almost 10 years y'all been doing this.
Yeah. And when we got with him, whatever, like, we never seen any money. We've heard how much we've cost for certain things. We've heard how much, when people ask about hosting, things like that, they tell us how much it costs. Which we've done things, so I'm 90% sure we've gotten paid. We just haven't seen it.
Right.
Which we was like, okay, you know what? We understood how the recoup process looked, because he did give us a printout of our statement, our bills. We seen it, so we wasn't tripping. You know, he did put apartment over our head. He did give us groceries, even though I had to track him down every single week for it. But he gave it to us, so we was like, okay, you know, at the end of the day, we gonna grind. We're making it.
Tell y'all that? Did y'all know that this was the type of deal y'all was
Well,
getting?
we didn't have an actual lawyer. We had a favor of a lawyer to look at the contract, but our lawyer, who was a representation of us, was his lawyer.
So of course he was gonna tell you it was good.
Yes.
Okay.
So it didn't really do much for us.
So we knew, being under him, we knew that we was in some bullshit some kind of way, but we felt like we were worth enough, and we work our ass hard, and we work off. We could prove, and we not needy. Well, me and her wasn't. So we knew that we wouldn't be just asking for tons of money if it wasn't been spent on travel and per diems for trips and stuff like that, or wardrobe for specific moments or like shows, but not just, oh, you're sitting still and you want to change your hair next week because you're bored at looking at yourself, or you feel like you're not getting attention. This is what started racking up the hair and image bill. Was Bunny Ray started to feel like she wasn't getting enough attention. So if it's not about her, it became an issue. That's exactly what really started to happen.
Though, because when y'all was celebrating the first photo shoot, she wanted no parts. She wanted to go with
her boyfriend.
What's his name again?
Joey.
Yes. So she wanted to go with Joey and treat him to a nice 2 for $10 at
and not be with us for her first.
Right. So you didn't want to be a part of that, but now you want Farrah.
Bro, she didn't even fight with us. Like, though y'all can get that story. Farrah. We fought at House of Darion and almost got dropped.
We fought the bottle girls for Aristocrat Life. Yep. Because let me tell you, the crazy thing is, it all started because of Bunny.